What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on this brand new 2023 BMW XM. It's the first one we've had in the shop. Might even be the first one in Oklahoma, but these things are actually crazy. It's got like 700 plus horsepower, and we're going to be doing a full front PPF on this thing, as well as some window tint, just to get it all protected and get the heat rejection and everything so that it's going to be lasting down the road. So let's go ahead and hop right into it.
Just alcoholing the surface here before we install the PPF, just to ensure everything's clean. There's no oils on here that we can't see, so that way the adhesive gets a nice grab on this paint here.
We're just pulling the protective backing off of this and then getting it all ready to go so we can just transfer it over real easy. Basically we just spray it, get it wet. That way when we're ready to move it over there, we don't have to worry about trying to pull this backing paper off. We're basically just gonna bring it, it's a bulk piece, so we're gonna bring it over here close to the car. We're gonna drop this liner. That's why we pre-sprayed it over there on the board, so we can drop it really easy. And then just put it over, it's a bulk piece, so it's gonna go over the whole hood and cover everything. Our main focus is going to be these body lines. We're going to try and make sure there's no pre-tack, anything like that. Basically the body lines and this little body cavity are going to be the main things on this hood. It's nothing too crazy. We're going to make sure there's no pre-tack, so you're not seeing any like dried distortion of the gel. And then we're just going to make sure that everything is stretched properly. It's a pretty simple hood. It's just big. We always start in the middle. That way, like if you get going and you see a piece of contamination or whatever, you can stop and then lift up the edges. You never want to lock in all this and then find out that you have contamination or something in the middle that you need to address and have to lift all this stuff up. So we always start in the middle and work our ways out. This hood was a little bit more trickier than I thought, due to the fact that it's more than 60 inches wide, which our film is only 60 inches. So you have to have as minimum area on the top and then do a lot of stretch down here to make sure you hit this point, because our film was short. So you have to do a lot of stretch, which when you do that, a lot of stretch, it makes the tension areas in these body cavities a lot harder to lay down. And you want to make sure there's not that much stretch in here, because you have the possibility of lifting up in the areas of these body cavities. So it was a little bit trickier than I thought it was going to be originally, but we got it done. So right now we're just cleaning this off, making sure we didn't miss any big watermarks or anything that was left in there, or any contamination that we may have missed. We want to address that immediately while it's still curing. If it gets to the point where it's already cured, it's kind of hard to fix any issues. So if you look right here, there's actually a small little contaminant. We're going to lift this up, spray our tack, which helps loosen up the gel, make sure we don't have any lift lines. We're going to try and get that little contaminant out. Just a small little speck that we noticed after cleaning it, so we're going to try and address it. Trying to get a nice little cut in here so I can lift up the logo and then get all this gel out of here with water. Water will break it down, get all the gel out, and then we're going to do our cut around the logo here and lay all the film in. So.
This is going to be the driver's side A-pillar. This is a plotted piece right here, and so should just match right up to the A-pillar here. There's even a cutout for the little notch up there.
All the gel, we want to make sure that we're not leaving any gel on these wraparound edges. And while in the process, I'm going to go ahead and clean off all this excess gel. Just makes it easier when we go to install our other pieces.
Just the leading edge of this trim piece right here, it is painted, so we're going to go ahead and put some PPF right on it too.
Just hitting these wraparounds on this hood, just making sure they're sealed down real well. I'm using the towel because it helps get that moisture out around those edges and it lays down better.
Just tucking in this wraparound, trying to get it underneath this seal here. If we do it like that, we might not need to trim it, and in the long run, it'd be better for it anyways. I'm gonna be putting on this little trim piece right here. Kind of goes along with the fender.
I count money when I'm
just trimming these wraparounds. Some of the spots are over that little lip I was talking about earlier, so we want to make sure it's not over that because it has a potential to lift up. So I'm going back and trimming it.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the
We're gonna be
fam.
doing the window tint here on this beautiful BMW XM. Haven't seen one of these before. Haven't tinted one of these before either, so it's gonna be an interesting process.
Say that's my girl, that's my mascot. No ones go for hours and some hours.
I'm trying to remove the seal if possible, so I'm basically undoing the screw down here so I can pop the seal.
The racks out. Wow. If I got it, they got
Now that we got the seal removed, we're gonna go ahead and get all our windows cut out, and then we'll show you the prep process, and then we'll go through how I do the install process.
I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor.
Right now I'm just doing the weeding process here. We have a plotter that cuts out our exact windows for us from xpel. So we just have to do the weeding and then do the prep process and do the install. So makes our job super easy. We don't have to hand cut nothing. We don't have to cut on people's glass, any of that type of stuff. So we get the vehicle type, make and model, put it in our computer, and it cuts out our exact windows for us. Right now I'm just cleaning the outside of the glass. That's one step a lot of tinters miss and don't do. If your outside of your glass is real dirty, you're not going to be able to see if you're missing any contamination on the inside of the glass. So always make sure you clean the outside of your glass. It also just makes for a cleaner install. Say something nice about you.
Say something nice to me, man. You never say anything nice about me.
It's because make you feel good.
Say something nice. I'm gonna.
You have a
walk,
very
no, not to me. Not to, I'm gonna walk away, and you pretend like I'm not hearing this, and you can say something nice.
What is up with this guy? So now that we have the prep process complete, we're gonna do the install process, which is pretty simple, especially now that we have the seal removed. It's gonna be a simple, just bring it over here, slide it in, because you don't have to fight that bottom seal now, and then line up all your edges, make sure everything's good, make sure you don't have light gaps, and that's pretty much all there is to it.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam.
Another little tip is always, as you're going, make sure you're wiping the panel. I mean, I know it's just soap and water, but if you let this sit on there, it can cause little streak marks and stuff. So if you're out there tinting, make sure you wipe your panels, because you can get the possibility of little streaks in the panels and stuff. Looks good. When we're all said and done, we'll pull it outside, make sure it looks real well in the light too, and we didn't miss anything. But we're gonna jump to the other side and go ahead and do that one as well. Looking good. Yeah, it wasn't too difficult. I feel like the hardest thing was just figuring out how to take the seal out. Sometimes on these newer vehicles, you've never done them before, so it's all about learning out how to do that. The tint process is pretty simple, so. I like it. I did some double checking with the measurements, making sure everything is straight, because even though you have a template, it does have the possibility of you like twisting it or manipulating it one direction. So you always want to use a tape measure, make sure it's all straight. Now I'm just cleaning everything up.
All right, guys, so we got this BMW all finished up. We're just pulling it outside so we can go over all of our edges and make sure our work is up to par. So yeah, we're just gonna basically see any trimming or any blemishes that we could have missed inside. It's gonna be easier to see outside, and so that's why we like to take it out and really just check our work and really hold ourselves accountable to things like that. But this thing is fully protected from the full front up. It has the window tint as well. So yeah, hope you guys loved the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.